this magnificent stadium, which is hosting this fascinating encounter. Brutality, underhand tricks, and plenty of hemoglobin are on the program. And I'm happy to be sharing the spectacle with Bob Bifford, our expert summarizer.
Greetings to all of you out there.
Apparently, the coach isn't too sure about the outcome.
He knows it's going to be a massacre. He just doesn't know how many players he'll have left at the end of the match.
The players are ready. He may be a star, but he hit the deck just like any other player. And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling Big Moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like Big Moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way. A little elf? Yeah.
He's got the ball! Ouch! That punch knocked his teeth down his throat.
Yes, Jim. That's never a nice sight. A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing when you come to think of it.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
Stab him into the... Wow, I didn't even have enough time to finish the sentence.
Well, you know, Bob, it really wows the fans when they see a player trying to sneak off like that. This player has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously.
What violence!
Yes, it's a great spectacle, Bob.
Ouch!
The big star has now got a big wound to go with his big reputation.
Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things.
You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal.
The ball changes hands.
That'll do nicely.
And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway. Did you know that according to Spike magazine, the #1 all-time worst player award was Specky McGrone?
Who?
A goblin who played only one season.
Can you believe it?
30 fumbles in a season, averaging more than 2 per match, including a record 9 fumbles in his last match. He was finally pulled apart by the head coach.
What do you expect? Wow, I can tell you straight, that hurts.
Looks like the star player has taken a sudden interest in the state of the pitch.
Well, someone will be taking a sudden interest in his head, if he doesn't come round pretty quickly.
Oh, brilliant side kick to the face. Let's see that again in slow motion.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now. You remember the 2503 season, which saw the retirement of one of Blood Bowl's favorite killers? Nobler Blackwall, who after 8 great seasons finally hung up his chainsaw.
It lopped off more heads than any other chainsaw in history, including a massive 14 decapitations in one match.
Seems like they tried to pick something up, but it wasn't the ball.
Maybe they found a gold coin. Did you hear about Helmet Tough as Nails Wolf, the madly sadistic chainsaw-swinging star?
Oh, he's still ready to hire himself out, even if it means scything lizardmen's heads whose scales, as he always complains, damage his chainsaw, all for the love of sport. The attack can get their game going again.
Things are...
Oh, yes! Fans are already on their feet. Touch!
Down, down, down!
And look who's stepping onto the pitch.
Wow! A veritable Blood Bowl legend.
And what am I then?
A venerable Blood Bowl legend. We don't see much of the Heroes of Lore these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the Heroes of Lore hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
He's got the ball!
Oh, no, another one who actually plays the ball.
You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal.
Did you hear about the Venus man-eaters, Bob?
Oh, yes, Jim. I think everyone knows about the man-eaters.
Oh, I'm scared, Bob.
So is everyone with proverbial coconuts.
That right hook was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over it.
That's what regulation clobbering.
Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that one. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge.
I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
Well, this player slips between the other one's hands.
Yes, and yet they were clawed.
Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts.
She sent him down for a chat with the Astrogranite. Opponent down.
This is good sport. Yeehaw! coming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistance to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium. Ouch! Have a nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap. Hold still and then pow! Right in the face.
Boom! In the face! And then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done! That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the 91 final against Reichland.
Oh yeah, you kneecapped him.
In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly, it's really ugly. The referees guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.
Nice play with the ball. They've been training well. It will be just a small step for the player, but a giant leap for the team. The coach should buy her some trifocal glasses.
Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts.
This Goblin team reminds me of the 1496 Lowdown Rats. That year they trained with a giant black ball.
Yeah, they played 6 players and then ran away into the swamps with the only ball they had.
Some teams have no luck. They have to score! They did it!
Excellent! A nice run. They really deserve that. That's it. The ball's in play. There's gonna be trouble.
What finesse, what style, what perfection.
What a hammer blow! Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules? Nothing like a half-time break to make a few running repairs.
Ah, yes, Jim, but there are some who need a couple of hours' work. And the halftime break is coming to a close. Time for the players to get back on the pitch.
I can see one trying to hide up in the stands.
Don't worry, the fans will throw him back.
The players are positioned and we're off. This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family. The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport. Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, now that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings.
One regulation clobbering. This player is going to have a little nap.
And the wake-up will not be too early after this one. Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
Did you know that according to Spike magazine, the number all-time worst player award was Specky McGrone?
Who? It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
That right hook was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over it.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
Get off the pitch! If you can't take a little block like that...
Maybe they'll never play Blood Bowl again.
Good! I've got better things to do with my time.
You remember the 2503 season, which saw the retirement of one of Blood Bowl's favorite killers? Noble Blackwall, who after 8 great seasons finally hung up his chainsaw.
It lopped off more heads than any other chainsaw in history, including a massive 14 decapitations in one match. That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family. Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things. What violence!
Yes! It's a great spectacle, Bob. Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of a mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen. That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving BloodBowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck.
Rushed off the pitch like a dead leaf.
Pretty soon it'll be a bit less of the leaf and a bit more of the dead, I think.
Hold still and then pow! Right in the face. I doubt that he'll be taking any further part in the match.
No, I'd say that the apothecary had his work cut out for him.
You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal.
This Goblin team reminds me of the 1496 Lowdown Rats. That year, they trained with a giant black war wolf.
Oh, yeah, the wolf ate 6 players and then ran away into the swamps with the only ball they had.
Some teams have no luck.
Oh, nice move. Perfect pass. Corruption is so widespread that the Referees Guild has set up rules concerning where, when, and how one can accept a blow.
Under an agreement signed last season, clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going rate.
Carries on like this, they'll have to find a 3rd digit for the scoreboard display.
Well, don't worry. The fans are ready to nail up one of their players.
Charge!
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Oops, I'm sorry. That's an old reflex on hearing the starting whistle. nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap.
That player's taken away on a stretcher.
But still alive, I can see the drool. BloodBowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say. But it really only comes down to taking a few hits. Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that one.
Now there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry.
Well, you can't really question that score.
What can you say? But congratulations to the coach and his team.
They certainly put a lot of energy into it. But if they want to win, they should spend less time pumping iron and more time on their agility game. A major disappointment after a match in which they had the majority of possession.
So many missed chances, which just goes to show that the ball is not the key to the game.
They would have been better off to take care of the opposition. How often does the MVP end up on the losing side?
I don't know, but if it continues like that, he'll be looking for a new team.
I hope that none of the opposition suffers from claustrophobia.
The team kept them confined to their own half.
Own quarter, I'd say.
When you think that there's a whole industry built around providing players with performance-enhancing products, and nobody has taken anything.
The pharmaceutical rep was relieved of his stock by the fans. If the match had lasted a few more minutes, the ref would have finished by having everybody sent off.